Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I will go through, in my opinion, one of the better RG decks out there because of the sudden balance changes. Giant Skeleton is dead, so there is no more RGGS deck. Hunter got a huge nerf, 57% slower for the first hit. That is huge. So the Fisherman Hunter combination is not that strong anymore. And of course, Hill Spirit got the buff. So Hill Spirit's gotta come back in over E Spirit, in my opinion, because one elixir that gives you one more RG shot, that is really huge. 300 over damage just for one elixir. So it's gotta replace the E-Spirit in RG decks at least, because the heal radius, even though is smaller, but it will guaranteed be healed as long as you play behind the RG, because the RG is so big. Like against, if you do it with Royal Hogs, it might be different. It might not like heal up the last Hog because the radius is bigger there for 4 Hogs. Alright, so without further ado, I'll go through 3 replays and we'll talk more during those replays. Alright, see you guys next. This first replay that I'm sharing, I'm playing against 2.6 Hog Rider. I've been seeing it more in the meta recently, just because Hunter got nerfed. So Musketeer is one of the go-to air defenses right now. So this is might be coming back. Right, for 2.6, you gotta be a bit patient. You gotta build up that big RG push. So unfortunately, he goes with the Hawk. I don't have my Lumberjack or my Cage, so I take 2 swings over here from that Hog Rider. But so this is the key. You do not go RG over here because you need usually need a spell to break through. So we gotta go in the back. We gotta set up that one big push and hope he gives us lightning value. If he doesn't give us lightning value, you gotta cycle double RG. So that is the overall strategy against such cycle decks or most cycle decks. Okay, so this is what we're trying to do here. We're trying to put the Lumberjack on the Musketeer to take it out so that it might rage the RG. Unfortunately, the RG is already almost dead here, you can see, so we don't really do too much in single elixir. Musketeer is there to clean up, puts in the extra Ice Golem as well. So basically we do no damage with this push. But now we know he's already back to his Hog Rider, so we will be ready for that Hog. So the cage placements in the middle or directly on the Hog here, which you can see is also viable of denying every single hit from the Hog Rider. Alright, of course we have the Butt Barrel there to reduce its HP more, but cage in the middle where both towers are shooting, or cage directly here at the bridge will also stop the Hog Rider perfectly. So that's what you want to do. You want to make sure you stop the Hog Rider perfectly. In single elixir it's hard because he will outcycle your defenses, but as long as you try and survive to double, you should be fine. So the moment he goes already with his Hog, we know he has to play 4 more cards to get it back. So he can't punish us. They cannot really punish us at all without the Hog, so we can go RG in the back. So once we got RG in the back, we gotta try to get the lightning value, right? Depends on where he does place his building or not at all. So we go with the lightning on the Musketeer, hoping to catch the cannon. He plays his cannon really well, so unfortunately we don't catch it. Hill Spirit there always trying to get the Skellies. And we do get our first hit. So again, you see here, we go with the cage here, and then we go with the Butt Barrel just to clean up the Skellies, and this one perfectly nice. So again, even though it seems like we have a counter push here, we do not RG at the bridge. Even if you have elixir, it's not wise to do it. All right, so we go with RG in the back still. He might punish us with a second Hog Rider at the bridge. He can, but we know we gotta be patient. Okay, so over here we defend with the Lumberjack and then the Mega Minion high. And then we get the Hill Spirit to try to keep the troops alive. But you can see the Musketeer is already chipping down at the RG. The Hog Rider is getting so much damage in. So we're already at 716. We have no choice here. We gotta go double RGs because we know that the Lumberjack's gonna die. It's gonna rage up both RGs here. So you can see that this is huge. We go for the Musketeer because we still have 2 RGs, and that immediately takes out that cannon. So no worries, 2 RGs there, rage on the tower, and that's it. Just one big push with 2 RGs, lightning just to take out the Muskie to make sure that there is no push from him. And that's how you do it against 2.6. I will see you guys in the next replay. Second replay here, we're gonna go through with another cycle deck. So Minor Wallbreaker is very popular still, even though the slight nerf tonight and the Bomb Tower nerf, alright? So we're gonna see again the same strategy. You gotta go RGs in the back and then try to get lightning on the building and break through, if not double RGs. So the key here actually is because you have a Lumberjack, compared to the previous variations that I've introduced. So there is no Lumberjack, so the Raged Lumberjack the rage on the RG actually deals a lot of damage, right? So now we see also Hill Spirit takes out that. So unfortunately we don't get all the bad, so we have to defend us a bit. We do take one wall breaker. We have a counter push here because we want to go here. We have a nice counter push. He just already spammed, so we want to see if we can get damage. Now we know he has delivery, so delivery is also something that you have to be careful. because he can actually deliver your heal spirit. So you gotta be a little bit patient with those heal spirits. Okay, so now you know they always do this combination, the bats miner, so we catch with that, and then we go with a better heal spirit, this time taking out all the bats. So that is what they usually like to do, miner in the back, and then once they have the bats or the spears at the bridge or wall breakers, so this is something that minor wall breakers player do. So you gotta be alert for that, and now we know, yeah, we're gonna take it out quick, because he has already probably back to his wall breakers earlier or spear goblin, so we don't want any kind of a mess. So we put the Mega Minion in the rage to quickly take out the knight, and he still has to defend it anyway. So over here we get the brawler counter push. He misplaces his spear goblins. We get actually 2 hits, so not too bad. Over here we'll just Barbaro to clean up. Alright, so now we know he's gonna do the same thing again, but he might change, alright, so we also change. You cannot, don't always defend with the same style, right? You gotta be careful. So now we just take a little bit of minor hits, and then we're gonna reset in the back. So the key is don't be predictable. In any deck that you play, don't be predictable. Because that's the first time you do it, a good opponent would think that you might do it the same. Okay, so here we don't really have the best defenses, so we deny 1 wall breaker. We think that that's not bad. Okay, we just deny 1. If we play like Mega Minion and stuff like that, we'll still take the wall breaker hit. So we go with the Lumberjack trying to rage up the entire push. Okay, it gives us value on the Knight and the Bomb Tower, so we do take it. Because it will help to reduce the HP of the Knight. So we do get a raged RG here, and the RG gets 2 shots. Unfortunately, Heal Spirit doesn't heal it fast enough, but no worries. We're in the damage lead already. 2 RG hits is really good. So it goes again, we again catch it, and they like to do the same thing, miner in the back. So even if you don't catch it, that's fine, right? The Lumberjack will still walk up. So the moment you see the miner, you can cycle it in the back if you think he's going there. He goes with the delivery to protect the Spear Goblins, which is a little bit questionable. So over here we are again going for that same big push, alright? So over here 2 wall breakers come in, we don't want to take that, so we decide to Barbaro. Again, the Knight walks up into the Bomb Tower range, so we gotta take that lightning. It's lightning on 3 targets, so we gotta take it. Lumberjack comes in, Heal Spirit comes in, try to heal up everything. The bad thing is the Lumberjack actually didn't die till the end. So that is only when we do get like a little bit of a rage RG towards the end. Here we use a Barbaro to clean up everything, and you can see his tower is already at 622. So that is earned 2 lightning range, right? You could still go with RG in the back, reset everything. But I didn't want to take the chance. So over here I decided to go with the lightning since I could clear out some of his troops as well. So we got 2 wall breakers, we got the tower down to within our spell range, so it's all good. Over here we send the Lumberjack in the back. Like I said, we always do that thing, right? We catch miners for a living. So don't worry too much about those miners. They usually are not the one that will kill you, especially that early in the game. So over here, back to lightning, and that's it. We just decide to cycle the double lightning, which is a little bit safer than building a big RG push. Because if you play 6 elixir in the back, you might as well just use the 6 elixir and get it down to spell range. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next replay. Third replay here, we are going against Splash Yacht, and the traditional RG that we used to play, it struggles quite a bit against Splash Yacht, just because they have good defenses, and you're only running Fireball. Fireball doesn't kill anything in Splash Yacht. So down here you have, in this deck, you have like Lightning. So Lightning is really strong against such decks with Buildings, Ice Wiz, Baby D, things that you can actually get value and eliminate a lot of troops. Sometimes they like to go 3 troops at the bridge. That's when the lightning is very powerful. Okay, so he goes with the Baby D on our cage. Yeah, in this deck for my cycle, I'm very comfortable cycling Barbaro, Heal Spirit, or even a cage first play. If you need to Mega Minion first play in the back, Baby D first play in the back is okay. So most of your cards can be cycled. The only thing that I wouldn't recommend cycling would be Lumberjack, because it's basically one of the strongest rounds. So over here we got a Lumberjack counter push. We know he's gonna play his Bomb Tower. It already feels like a Graveyard Bomb Tower deck or Cage deck. So we go with the Prediction Barrel, and it tanks so much for our RG. And now look at that, the Rage RG, just 1 Rage RG forces out so many defenses and a NATO, and he still takes 1000 damage. So it's very important if you have a counter push or with a Lumberjack or with Brawlers, you gotta make it count, because that's when you get the most value out of your push. Alright, so now we already know he's probably a Graveyard deck, because that's the only one that runs with the Bomb Tower Ice with NATO combi. So we gotta make sure that you want to have the best defenses for the Graveyard, which includes your Barrow, and if you need to block the bridge. Alright, so over here we put the cage, he goes with the Barrow, no worries. You don't have to defend every single damage, right? Take 2 Barbarian hits, it's not the end of the world. So now we know he's resetting, so we are also resetting. This is the main game plan for this RG deck is always you gotta go in the back and try to get lightning value. So over here, if he decides to play his Baby D, I would just lightning and take out all 3 troops. But he doesn't. So since they're already since they're like on my side, there is no need to take them out. So over here we go with the lumberjack in front. You want the lumberjack to die in most cases. You want it to die. You want the rage RG on the tower. The only time probably you don't want it to die if they're having a P.E.K.K.A. So you probably need like the Mega Minion and lumberjack on the P.E.K.K.A. to prevent like a no counter push. So you can see again, it's so good. The rage RG that brings it down the tower to like 1000 HP now. And we're in a very good lead. Over here we take the lightning, you can see, no counter push, graveyard is not broken at all, we can defend easily with the lumberjack. We take a couple hundred damage, so but it's not a big deal. So now, the reason why we're taking this damage and not over defending is because we wanna go with the RG at the bridge. If I over defend it, I won't have the elixir to do this. With the Barbaro prediction again on the bomb tower, the lumberjack takes a little bit too long to die, unfortunately. So now we go with the now it's rage. We go with the lightning just to take out the ice wizard, and he basically has no response now. Look at that. Look at the rage RG. He's still so healthy. So that is the overall game plan against this deck, or in general. If you have against this kind of building decks, you know, you want to predict Barbaro in the middle, against Inferno Tower, stuff like that. That is what you have to do. All right, I'll see you guys in the last replay. Alright guys, last replay here. I've shared a lot of replays against Cycle decks and the Control deck, so we'll share a replay against the Beatdown deck. Alright, so in general against Beatdown decks, especially those that run Lightning, you don't really want to give them Lightning value, because one Lightning value they will break through, so you gotta try to avoid that. And also, if you have to, you gotta use a defensive Lightning on their troops, just to prevent any other further damage. So that is something you will see throughout the game. We'll try to avoid giving lightning value as well as go with defensive lightnings when we have to. So over here it goes with the very aggressive E-Giant, no choice. I gotta defend that E-Giant with a second cage. Because even though it's only half HP, that reflect damage is a lot. So I got a bit lucky here, he timed his NATO wrongly, 1 second too early. So we do take the damage lead here, but this deck against Beatdown, you gotta be really patient. If you go too aggressive at the wrong time, the counter push will punish you. So the same, that's what also you are looking for actually. You wanna try to get value from your counter pushes. So over here you can see we don't want too much trouble. We go with the defensive lightning as mentioned earlier. So that's just to clean up everything. So that was so over here we don't even go RG in the back, because against Beatdown it's different from against Cycle deck. So you really wanna try to defend first and then counter push when you can. Alright, so over here, unfortunately, he gets lightning on 2 troops, but they were already half HP, so I wouldn't even have lightning those if I was playing the E-Giant. Over here, we do manage to clean up. Just because he already played his lightning, we know that we can go aggressive. So down here, we go with the lumberjack, raged. Over here, we got a 1 hit from the RG, but he's forced to play a NATO, so he played a lot of troops there. And now, again, we have a lumberjack still healthy, so we keep up the pressure. We want him to keep defending. He goes with the cage really high. This time RG gets 2 shots, and we get the lightning in 3 shots, actually. And over here, again, we go cage by the side. The moment he keeps spamming, we know that he won't have elixir for lightning. Because the moment every time he keeps playing troops, that's less elixir, especially when you go with E-Giant at the bridge. So we are comfortable over defending those. So over here, again, it gives us the lightning value, so we will take it. This time we put the cage a little bit lower because the Dark Prince is pretty high. And yeah, we just defend. We just defend, get the heal spirit to heal up, and then with lightning to take the tower. So that is the overall game plan, which is a bit different against Cycle decks when you play against Beatdown, because they also have a lightning. Alright, I hope you guys like the series. Do not forget to like the video as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember, the goal is to hit 1000 subscribers, and eventually, as we continue to climb in the YouTube, we wanna get that creator code as well. Alright, so don't forget to support The Rock, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.